Hey y'all, so this was not the video that I originally filmed to start this vlog. Happy mid-month book bash, by the way. I do mine Wednesday to Wednesday, and it's Wednesday, and this is going to be a fun mid-month book bash because I have something fun coming up. But I had filmed an introductory video, and in it I did sort of like an reveal of like a list of book recommendations I got from my library, and I didn't realize until I went to upload it to my Dropbox it was like 40 minutes long. And I like to keep my entire mid-month book bash vlogs like not that long. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to repurpose that for another kind of reading vlog. And we'll just consider this to be the first video. Okay? Sounds good? Yeah. So you will have the next couple videos you are going to see, little short snippets are from earlier today. You get to see some of our weather, and I went to the library. That's the exciting things that went on. They're not exciting, but they're what I had filmed, and I am very sorry about the mishap of this, but I have, yeah. It was, I looked at it, I'm like, this cannot be 39 minutes. So yeah, I won't do that to you. We're just going to start mid-month book bash right now with this. Well, actually, we're going to start it several hours earlier than this, but you know how that works. Anyway, happy mid-month book bash. Let's see what happens in the next week. So I don't know if you can see it in this film. It's like the end of our street. They're doing roadwork, so that's all closed. Not a big deal. But that's the edge of the storm. I don't know if you can really tell it's coming in. We're having a really stormy autumn, which is kind of fun, actually. I mean, and stormy for us is pretty lame compared to most places, but we still have roses in our yard. Look at that. But yeah, I don't know if you can really tell, but that's the edge of a storm that's about to come. All right, just got out of the library. I picked up my hold, The Girls of Good Fortune. I believe I heard about this from Gloria Z. Thompson. I think she's the one talking about it. She's local to me. And this is a Portland author. But the real news is I went to the library. I went in, I came out without going to the library sale. The big library sale is going on right now. And that's deadly for my TBR, so I didn't go. Plus, there's nothing really that I need especially, so I didn't. I did get the November issue of Book Page, so we'll go through there and see if there's anything I want to read. But yeah, so that's it. It's very autumnal out, if you can see. Yeah, maybe I'll turn around so you can see I don't know if I can turn this around while I'm filming. Anyway, yeah. Does that work? No, that doesn't work. So people think I'm filming them, so I'm going to stop. Okay. This, probably can't see, it's a line of people around the block over there to see Rebecca Yarros. I am not going to see Rebecca Yarros.
I am Jess Hazel, Morning Edition host at OPB. I use they, them pronouns. And I am very excited to be joined today by Kristina Arnett, who is the author of Stop Me If You've Heard This One, which was a finalist for the Southern Book Prize and shortlisted for the Comedy Women in Print Prize. She also wrote With Teeth, which was a finalist for the Lambda Literary Award in Fiction, and her New York Times bestselling debut, Mostly Dead Things. She has an upcoming short fiction collection, Party at the End of the World, and Kristen lives in Orlando, Florida. And today we also have Jess Walter, who is the author of 11 books, most recently the novels So Far Gone, The Cold Millions, and Beautiful Ruins, The Zero, which was a finalist for the National Book Award, and Citizen Vince was the winner of the Edgar Award for Best Novel. His work has been published in 34 languages, and his short fiction has won myriad awards and been featured in various publications. Walter lives in Spokane, Washington.
And I'm your moderator, Genevieve Hudson, author of the novel Boys of Alabama. Anna North is the author of the instant New York Times bestseller and Reese's Book Club pick Outlawed, America Pacifica, and the Lambda Literary Award winner, The Life and Death of Sophie Stark. She is a senior correspondent at Vox, and she lives in Brooklyn. Eliana Ramage holds an MFA in fiction from Iowa Writers Workshop. She has received residencies and fellowships from the Kimmel Harding Nelson Center, Lambda Literary, Tin House, and the Vermont Studio Center. A citizen of the Cherokee Nation, she lives in Nashville with her family. To the Moon and Back is her first novel. All right, let's give it up for her.
Hey, so it's Saturday, the 8th of November, and as you saw, I spent the day at the Portland Book Festival. I love the Portland Book Festival. This wasn't the first time I've gone, but I haven't gone in a couple years. But Bookish Best Friend and I went. We had a great time. We were there almost the entire time. Which was kind of good. That meant we got to like the big book fair part, like when everything was sold out. That was probably good for our pocketbooks, but I did buy some things. So we saw 3 talks. So the second talk was one that I specifically wanted, and it was at a location called the Old Church, which is an old church, but it was kind of a little farther away. So we decided that we were going to go see the talk before that as well. And that one was, let me get my, it was Lenny Zumas, who wrote Wolf Bells, and Cleyvis Natera, who wrote The Grand Paloma Resort. As you can see, I bought the books. I have read Lenny Zumas before. I read Red Clocks. I read Red Clocks at an unfortunate time. I read it right when it stopped being a fiction. If you know what that book's about, you can kind of place when I read it. And very interesting. And then this one, I'd never heard of this author, but I originally, I bought this and this other book that I'll show you in a minute. I bought this before the talk because I knew I wanted to get it signed. But then this author, who I'd never heard of, so enchanted me in the talk that I went and bought this too to get this signed. So this is also signed. She is from the Dominican Republic, and this is about 2 sisters who work at a resort in the Dominican Republic and want very much to leave. Their discussion, there's a theme for each of these discussions, and theirs was about like place and family and holding together, because this book is about like a non-traditional living arrangement. And then the second one was one I really, really, really wanted to go to, because it's called Funny Story was the theme, and it was Kristen Arnett, who I've never read, and Jess Walter. So we got there, and I bought another copy of So Far Gone so I could get it signed. Had I been organized, I might have brought my own copy, or the copy of Angel of Rome, which I love. That's a wonderful short story collection. He even cited one of the stories in the short story collection. It's called Town and Country. It's an excellent short story, and I brought that up when I met him. But I got to show you this. When you go to get your book signed, they make you, they put your name on here. See right there, Melinda. That's kind of backwards. Is it backwards for you? I don't know. To sign, of course, this is the story of my life. How was it signed in the book? Melissa. It's the story of my life. Bookish Best Friend is like, well, you should have gone by Mindy, then they wouldn't have gotten it, because she knows me from the Mindy era, so I'm a Mindy to her. So, but anyway, fabulous talk. I didn't get Kristen Arnett's book, 2 reasons. One, well, actually really one reason, because I wanted to get in line right away, and I already had the Jess Walter book, and I didn't want to take time to go buy the Kristen Arnett book, because I didn't want to lose my place in line to get the Jess Walter signature. But I met Jess Walter. I was going to have Bookish Best Friend take a picture, but she was in the bathroom, so it didn't happen. But that's okay. And then we went on search for lunch. They have food carts, but unfortunately, all of Portland was getting food carts. By the way, the Portland Book Festival sold out this year. That's never happened before. And it's probably their headliner one, as you saw in one of my videos before. This was Rebecca Yarros. I did not go see Rebecca Yarros. I went to go see Lenny Zumas and Cleyvis Natera instead, and I think that was a good choice. Anyway, just nothing against Rebecca Yarros. That's just not my kind of book. But they had food trucks, and they were so crowded that food trucks kept running out of food. Not running out of food, but getting so behind in their orders that they had to stop taking orders. So we ended up going down to Bastini Pastoria. We had to wait 40 minutes to get seated, and then we had really yummy lunch. We were hoping to go see Omar El-Akkad and Karen Russell talk, and their talk was called American Reckoning, but lunch took too long, so we didn't get to do that. But we did go the second one, and this was one that Bookish Best Friend wanted to go see. And this one was called, what did they call this one? I gotta look it up here, 1 second. Ground Central. Really, I don't know, think that's actually what they called the talk, because the talk was more about like different timelines, whatever. This was the book that she wanted to go see, and I ended up buying because like it is like I read the synopsis and it's my kind of book. I did not get this signed though. At that point, I was done getting books signed, and this is Bog Queen by Anna North. It's a dual timeline. It's the way she said it is it's a murder mystery, but the murdered victim is a 2,000-year-old bog body. So that sounded really great. And the second one was To the Moon and Back by Eliana Ramage, which I didn't realize until I looked it up. I actually own this. I own it on audio, so I couldn't get it signed, and I can't hold it up, but so picture. But it's about a Cherokee's girl's quest to be the first Cherokee astronaut. Very delightful talk. Very, very delightful. And I will might be my next audiobook. Actually, no, I think my next audiobook's going to be a nonfiction November book because I need to get those done. Oh, I still have my band on. And then at that time we went and we did the book fair thing, but a lot of the places were already sold out. Salt and Straw was down to one flavor of ice cream, but that was okay because I ate it. I'm going to eat Salt and Straw when they offer me Salt and Straw. It was their olive oil ice cream. It was really good. And then I came home and I am really tired. I left early this morning and I didn't get a chance to get coffee. And my knee is bothering me from walking around so much. So I'm going to go sit over there and veg out for a while and then go to sleep. That's my plan for today. Anyway, I will check in some more. So, my mid-month book bash goes to Wednesday. And I had forgotten about the fact that my kids don't have school on Monday or Tuesday. So I don't know what the rest of this vlog is going to look like. It may be a lot of me complaining about how loud my house is. I don't know. Anyhow, that was the Portland Book Festival. It was a lot of fun. And yes, so if I know that Mari Andrea went to a book festival today. I know this because we were supposed to have our book club tonight, but we had to move it because of the book festivals. So if you've been to a book festival lately, tell me who you saw and what books you got, because I'm dying to know. Anyway, I'm going to give a Bookish Best Friend my original copy of this, the one that doesn't have the wrong name in it. It has no name in it. I'm Melissa, and I'm going to put this in here. So for all time, we know it's Melinda instead of Melissa. This is Story of My Life. Anyhow, okay, I'll see you in the next one. Well, it is the evening of Monday, November 10th. I did 2 videos today, one that went up late today because I couldn't film yesterday because my family is loud. And then I filmed one that you will see tomorrow, but you'll have already seen it by the time this video comes out. You know how that goes. Anyway, in the video, my weekly wrap-up video, I talk about some of the reading challenges that I am having right now. Not to spoil things, but just I'm a bit slumpy and why that is. But that's okay. I'm keeping up with my reading. I'm finally getting more into The Black Wolf by Louise Penny. There was nothing keeping me from getting into it. I just had other books going on, so I didn't really have a chance to read more than just a little bit here and there until recently. My kids, I think I've mentioned this, my kids had today, and they have tomorrow off from school. Today, because it was the last day of the quarter. Tomorrow, because it's Veterans Day. I took them. So we celebrated I took them to go get their COVID boosters. So I had some chance to read while they were doing that. I'm still reading Love Medicine by Louise Erdrich. I'm basically reading like a couple chapters a day, a chapter or maybe 2 chapters a day. Although I'm hoping to buckle down on that kind of starting tomorrow. And it's late. I'm sorry. I just started another buddy read I have going, Lab Girl by Hope Jahren, with Louise Reader, who is a commenter. I haven't even made it through the first chapter, but I'm loving it. I think I'm going to really love this book. I love her writing. As far as I'm into it, she's just sort of talking about her growing up. She grew up very close to where my mother grew up, and she's from a Norwegian American family. My mother was from a partly Norwegian American family. Her mother was Norwegian American. Her father was Irish American. But they also had a housekeeper who really was the one who raised them. And she was Norwegian. So like the Norwegian influence was very strong. So a lot of this is very familiar to me and I'm enjoying it. Let's see, what else? I'm sorry, I'm holding the phone up, so it's kind of going like that. Sorry. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm reading and what I have been reading. I didn't even get a chance to start reading today until later because I was doing videos and taking my kids to get shots, and I had a Girl Scout meeting this afternoon, or this evening, I guess, online. And so I didn't even get to start reading until like 9 o'clock tonight, which is, other than reading the Black Wolf while my kids were getting their shots. I didn't really get a chance to sit down and read. But if you've already seen my weekly wrap-up video, you know I'm trying to like kind of be very intentional about it to try to alleviate some anxiety. But yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah, I will probably check in again tomorrow. Bye. Okay, so it's November 11th. Happy Veterans Day. Also, happy first day of voting on the Goodreads Choice Awards. I had my video come out today about the Goodreads Choice Awards. And this morning, as I was voting, I thought I should be doing this on video so you guys can see what I vote for. But I didn't, so now I'm just going to go through and tell you what I vote for. This year's a hot mess. Remember how I said it was okay to vote for books you haven't read? I'm glad I said that because I did a lot of that this year. So, favorite fiction. I'm not going to go through all of the nominees, but I will tell you in this one, I voted for the one book in this entire collection that I had read. And I liked it, so I felt okay about voting for it, and that's 3 Days in June by Ann Tyler. Now, I do have a number of these books on my TBR shelf. I have The Correspondent, I have My Friends, I have Wild Dark Shore, I have The Names, I have The Summer Storm on my shelf, so those may still come in. Okay, next one is historical fiction. So historical fiction, there was only one book in this entire thing that I had read, and I didn't like it. That was Broken Country. So I ended up voting for one I hadn't read, but I do want to read, which is Isola by Allegra Goodman. I have it on hold at the library, so I'm waiting for it to come in. I do have on my shelves The Hounding, which I do actually want to get to soon. What else do I have on my shelves? I have Junie. Yeah, those are the only ones I have on my shelf. So, next round, depending on what gets through, I might actually vote for something that I've read. Next is mystery and thriller. And at this point, I want to make a little request. And that is, they recently took romantasy out of fantasy and or romance. Maybe they should switch up mystery and thriller. I mean, not switch them up, break them up. Make them into two categories. Just my thing. I've not read a single one of these books. That's one of my most read genres, but I haven't read a single one of these books. I was very surprised that The Black Wolf was not on here, which I would have voted for because I'm currently reading it. But I ended up voting for Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister because I've liked her in the past. Okay, romance. I don't think I even voted. I didn't even vote in romance. Didn't even vote. Romantasy, didn't vote in romantasy. Although I do actually have a book on here I might read, which is The Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. It's sitting over on my shelf. So I didn't even look at the nominees on this one. But, I can vote for that in the next round if it makes it through. Fantasy. I don't think I voted for anything in fantasy. I did not. I have not read anything here. So that makes sense. Science fiction. I don't think I voted in that. I did not. There's nothing in here that is on my radar that I would read. That's like I'm really looking forward to reading in pretty quickly. So probably won't. Horror. This is one that I voted for wholeheartedly. I have read this book. It is the only book on here I've read, which is Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. I do love my Grady Hendrix, so I felt good about that one. Debut novel, felt very good about this one. Woodworking by Emily St. James. That's one of my top books of the year. Other books are on here that I have. I have Junie, The Correspondent. What else do I have? Okay, audiobooks. So this is interesting. I don't know. Is this the first year that they have, I'm sorry, scooch up here. They've done like an audiobook specific? I can't remember. But this one, again, I had not listened to any of these. I had read two of them. One was a 2-star, one was a 5-star. I have read 107 Days by Kamala Harris, but I made a conscious decision not to listen to the audiobook of that, so I didn't feel like I could vote for it. And then I did actually listen to Broken Country. So I'm sorry, I did listen to one. I listened to Broken Country and I didn't like it. So I ended up voting for Awake by Jen Hatmaker because that's going to be my next audiobook. So there you go. It's interesting that the one I'm listening to is not on here because it's actually a really good audiobook. And it is in another category, and that is Finding My Way by Malala. Young adult fantasy and sci-fi, did not vote in that. Young adult fiction, did not make sure I didn't vote that. Come on, move. Young adult fiction, didn't vote in young adult fiction. Nonfiction, who did I vote for? I did not vote in nonfiction, which is, we're going to edit all that out because my screen went dark on me. I don't know why, but it says it's still recording, so who knows. Nonfiction, didn't vote in nonfiction. None of these that I have read. The Serviceberry I might read. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll vote for that in future rounds. Kind of thinking I might read Enshittification and Everything is Tuberculosis, but I haven't. Memoir. This was the toughest category for me because it came down to two, and I wanted to vote for both of them, and it was really hard. It came down to Malala Yousafzai's Finding My Way. That's the one I'm surprised was not in best audiobook, and 107 Days, which was obviously. There was also Raising Hair, which I really enjoyed. I decided for this one, I'm sorry, Malala, but I went for Kamala because it felt good to vote for Kamala Harris. That's why. That's why. I just wanted to vote for Kamala Harris again. So I did. Sorry, Malala, but I'll vote for, maybe the next round I'll vote for Malala because that is actually a really good book. Okay, next category. What is my next category? History and biography. I didn't read any of these either, which is very odd. Actually, none of these, except maybe Baldwin, none of these, and We the People, none of these were on my radar. But I ended up voting for Sisters in Science because that sounded good. And I think that's the last category. So those are my votes. You can tell I read a lot of backlists. That's all I can say. Goodreads should do like the Goodreads Choice Awards, but like 10 years previously. Like they should do the 2015. Bring back the 2015 ones and see how the votes are. It'd be interesting. Be interesting to know. Anyway, those were my Goodreads Choice Awards, which I felt like I should update you all on because I did a whole video on it. There you go. Okay, hi. It is Wednesday night. I kept meaning to do an update today, and the day got away from me. Big news. I successfully made an absolutely perfect loaf of bread with Hamilton, my current starter. I've been struggling, and this was my first one, and it was cinnamon raisin, so it was so good. My son and I have eaten most of it already. Anyhow, I'm going to close up this vlog. I only finished one book this entire time, but I'm working on it. So yeah, that was my mid-month book bash vlog. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did it, and I'll go check your video. If you want to play the emoji game, leave me like a amusement park or circus emoji for like the Portland Book Festival, like festival-y, if you can. Like, subscribe, join my Discord. I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.